Bruce Lee is walking through LAX airport security when a guard looks at him and laughs. Says martial arts is just movie tricks. Fake choreography for cameras. What happens in the next 7 seconds doesn't just prove the guard wrong. It creates an airport legend that TSA agents still tell new recruits 50 years later. Los Angeles International Airport. March 1970. Tuesday afternoon. 2 p.m. Terminal 3. International departures. Bruce is flying to Hong Kong for meetings about the big boss. His first lead role. First chance to show the world what he can really do. The security checkpoint is busy. Maybe 40 people in line. Families with luggage. Business travelers checking watches. The usual airport chaos. Bruce waits his turn. Carries one small bag. Wearing simple clothes. Black pants. White shirt. Sunglasses. Trying to be invisible. Trying to just get through security and catch his flight. The metal detector is one of those early models. Big rectangular frame. Walk through. Hope it doesn't beep. The technology is new. 1970. Most airports don't even have them yet. LAX is ahead of the curve. Trying to be modern. Trying to be secure. Bruce's turn comes. He puts his bag on the conveyor belt. Steps up to the frame. The security guard stops him. Hand up. Wait. The guard is maybe 35. White guy. 6'2". 220 pounds. Ex-military by his posture. Crew cut. Thick neck. The kind of guy who believes in what he can see. What he can measure. What makes sense to him. The guard is staring at Bruce. Really staring. Recognition dawning. Then he says it. Loud enough for people nearby to hear. Hey, you're that guy. From the Green Hornet. The Kato guy. Bruce nods. Polite. Yes, that's me. The guard laughs. Not friendly. Dismissive. My kid watches that show. All that kung fu stuff. Looks cool on TV. But you know it's fake, right? Just choreography. Wire work. Movie magic. Wouldn't work in a real fight. The line behind Bruce stops moving. People are listening. Watching. This is about to be interesting. Bruce removes his sunglasses. Makes eye contact with the guard. Says calmly, "You think martial arts is fake?" The guard nods. Yeah. I mean, maybe it works against other martial artists who play by the same rules. But against a real fighter? Someone who just comes at you? No way. Too much dancing. Not enough substance. Bruce is quiet for 3 seconds. Just looks at the guard. The kind of look that makes you uncomfortable. Makes you realize you might have said something you shouldn't have. Then Bruce says, "Let me show you something." 7 seconds. That's all I need. The guard laughs again. But this time there's nervousness in it. Show me what? Bruce gestures to the metal detector frame. Stand on the other side. Try to touch me as I walk through. If you can touch me, even once, I'll admit you're right. Martial arts is useless. But if you can't touch me, you admit you were wrong. The guard looks around. Other guards watching. Passengers watching. He can't back down now. Not without looking weak. Okay, sure. Let's do this. Bruce hands his sunglasses to a woman behind him in line. Asks her to hold them. She nods. Wide-eyed. The supervisor guard walks over. What's going on here? The first guard explains. This guy, the actor, says I can't touch him while he walks through the detector. 7 seconds. The supervisor shrugs. Go ahead, but make it quick. We got a line. The guard positions himself on the far side of the frame. Ready. Hands up, like a goalkeeper. Bruce stands on the near side. The metal detector frame is maybe 2 feet wide. Standard doorway size. Not much room. The guard has 220 pounds and reach advantage. Long arms. Quick reflexes from military training. This should be easy. Bruce says. Ready. The guard nods. Bruce takes 1 step forward. Into the frame. And then it happens. What happens in the next 7 seconds becomes the stuff of legend. Bruce enters the frame. Not fast. Not slow. Fluid. His body angles. Shoulders turn. Hips shift. He's not going straight through. He's threading. moving through the 2-foot space like water through cracks. The guard reaches. Left hand. Going for Bruce's shoulder. Bruce's shoulder isn't there anymore. It's 2 inches to the left. The guard's hand hits air. Grabs nothing. The guard reaches with his right. Going for Bruce's torso. Bruce's torso rotates. The hand passes 2 inches in front. Misses completely. The guard tries both hands. Trying to close the gap. Trying to grab anything. But Bruce is already past him. Sliding through the frame. Never more than 2 inches from the guard's hands. Never less than 2 inches. Always just out of reach. The guard spins. Tries to follow. Too late. Bruce is through. Standing on the other side. 7 seconds. Maybe less. The guard didn't touch him once. Not even close. Not even his clothes. The guard stands there. Breathing hard. Confused. Frustrated. How did you? I should have. You were right there. Bruce says quietly. That's what martial arts is. Not about fighting. About understanding space. Distance. Timing. Body mechanics. You saw me coming. You're bigger. Stronger. Faster than most people. But I controlled the space. Moved through the gaps you couldn't close in time. That's not movie magic. That's 15 years of training. That's real. The supervisor guard says. I've never seen anyone move like that. Like you knew where his hands were going before he did. Bruce nods. That's exactly right. He telegraphed every move. Weight shift. Shoulder rotation. Eye direction. I just responded to what his body was telling me he'd do next. The first guard just stares. His whole worldview just got challenged. Proven wrong. In 7 seconds. In front of 40 witnesses. But then Bruce does something the guard doesn't expect. Bruce steps back through the frame. Says to the guard. Your turn. Try to walk through while I try to touch you. Same rules. The guard looks uncertain. I'm not a martial artist. Bruce says. Exactly. That's the point. Just try. Show me what you've got. The guard enters the frame. Tries to walk through. Bruce's hand shoots out. Tags his shoulder. Light touch. Guard tries to dodge. Too slow. Bruce tags his other shoulder. The guard tries to rush through. Bruce sidesteps. Tags his back. 3 touches in 4 seconds. The guard makes it through. But Bruce touched him 3 times. Easy. Controlled. Precise. Bruce says. You're strong. You're trained. But you move in straight lines. Predictable patterns. That's fine for most situations. But against someone who understands angles, someone who can read your movement, strength doesn't matter if you can't connect. The guard is breathing hard. Looks at Bruce with new respect. Says quietly, I was wrong. About martial arts. About you. Bruce extends his hand. They shake. You weren't wrong to be skeptical. You were wrong to dismiss something without understanding it. Big difference. The supervisor asks. Where'd you learn to move like that? Bruce says. Hong Kong. Oakland. Wherever I could find people better than me. You don't learn this in movies. You learn it from masters. From fighters. From testing yourself constantly. The woman holding Bruce's sunglasses hands them back. Says, that was incredible. Other passengers are clapping. Not loud. Just appreciative. They just saw something rare. Something real. Bruce puts his sunglasses back on. Picks up his bag from the conveyor. Says to the guards. Thank you for the demonstration. And for keeping us safe. You do important work. The first guard says. Wait. Before you go. Can I ask? Why did you let me try? After proving your point. Bruce stops. Turns. Because proving someone wrong doesn't teach them anything. Letting them experience the difference. That teaches. You felt what I did. Now you understand. That's worth more than just winning an argument. The guard nods. Then asks. Could you teach me? I know you're famous. You probably don't have time. But. Bruce pulls out a business card. His school in Oakland. Hands it to the guard. I teach every Thursday evening. 6 p.m. If you're serious about learning. Show up. First month is free. After that, we'll see if you stick with it. The guard looks at the card. Looks at Bruce. "I'll be there. I promise." Bruce nods. Walks toward his gate. The supervisor watches him go. Says to the first guard, "You just got schooled by Bruce Lee in front of 40 people and somehow came out of it with a teacher. How does that happen?" The guard just shakes his head. Smiling. "I have no idea. But I'm showing up Thursday." 3 weeks later. Bruce is back in LA between Hong Kong trips. Thursday evening. His Oakland school. He's teaching a class. 20 students. Working on sensitivity drills. The door opens. The airport guard walks in. Nervous. Out of place. Wearing gym clothes. Bruce sees him. Smiles. Stops the class. "Everyone, this is Mark. He challenged me at LAX 3 weeks ago. Said martial arts was fake. Now he's here to learn. That takes real courage. Let's welcome him." The class applauds. Mark bows. Awkward but sincere. Bruce pairs him with a senior student. Says, "Start with the basics. Horse stance. Basic blocks. Footwork. Build the foundation." Mark trains for 2 hours. Works harder than anyone. Sweating. Struggling. But not quitting. After class, Bruce asks him, "So, still think martial arts is fake?" Mark laughs. "No, I think it's the hardest thing I've ever tried. And I'm just getting started." Bruce says, "Good. That's exactly the right attitude. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop learning." Mark trains with Bruce for the next 18 months. Every Thursday. Never misses a class. Gets better. Slower than some. Faster than others. But consistent. Dedicated. He's not trying to be Bruce Lee. He's trying to be better than he was yesterday. One day, Mark asks, "Why did you bother with me at the airport? You could have just walked away. Ignored me." Bruce thinks about this. Says, "Because you were honest. You said what you believed. That's not arrogance. That's ignorance. And ignorance can be fixed. Arrogance can't. You were worth the 7 seconds." Years later, after Bruce dies, Mark becomes an instructor himself. Not kung fu. He teaches airport security personnel. Hand-to-hand. Close quarters combat. But he always starts his courses the same way. Tells the story of LAX. March 1970. The day Bruce Lee threaded through a metal detector frame and changed his entire understanding of what's possible. The day 7 seconds taught him more than 4 years of military training. Mark says to his students, "I thought I knew what real fighting was. I thought strength and size mattered most. Then a 135-pound martial artist made me miss him by 2 inches 6 times in 7 seconds. And I learned that technique beats size. Timing beats strength. Knowledge beats assumption." Bruce Lee didn't just prove martial arts was real that day. He proved I didn't know what real meant. The story spreads through LAX security. Becomes legend. New guards hear it. Some believe it. Some don't. But the old-timers, the ones who were there, they confirm it. Happened exactly like Mark says. We all saw it. Bruce Lee. Metal detector frame. 7 seconds. Nobody touched him. It was like watching water flow through a net. Impossible but real. 50 years later, TSA agents at LAX still tell the story. Details change. Get exaggerated. Some versions have Bruce blindfolded. Some have him doing backflips. But the core stays true. Bruce Lee. Security guard. 7 seconds. Proving martial arts is real without throwing a single strike. Without showing aggression. Just control. Precision. Mastery. So here's the question. What do you dismiss as fake because you don't understand it? What skill looks like magic because you haven't seen the 10,000 hours of practice behind it? What person have you underestimated because they don't fit your definition of capable? Because Bruce Lee was 5'7", 135 pounds. Looked like someone you could push around. Until you tried. Then you learned. Size doesn't equal skill. Appearance doesn't equal ability. And 7 seconds is all it takes to change what you believe is possible. The guard thought martial arts was fake. Movie tricks. Choreography. Until Bruce threaded through a 2-foot frame 6 times without being touched. Until Bruce let him try and tagged him 3 times in 4 seconds. Until experience replaced assumption. And 50 years later, that lesson still echoes through LAX, through dojos, through anyone who heard the story and realized. Real skill doesn't announce itself. It just is. And when you see it, even for 7 seconds, you never forget.